Listen, so if one of the, say a CEO loses his job. Suicide. If that's where he places his self-value at.
But I feel like men place their self-value in those three areas.
Most male CEOs do that.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
Men, and I want to make sure I'm saying the statistic right. Mm-hmm. Men have more attempted suicides. Women actually is another way around.
It's the reverse. Yeah.
So women have more attempted. Mm-hmm. Men actually do.
We follow through.
We done.
Because it's not emotionally charged. It's not a it's really not a.
I think it's emotionally charged. I think it's because we do not deal with those emotions. It's the opposite. We act like we don't have emotions, and we put our emotions into those three things. So that's my theory. Go into that space.
Okay,
and I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Well, I guess I'll say it like this: when we get to that decision, we're there.
But I think it's because we emotionally constipated, meaning it's a blockage. We don't want to deal with it.
I'm saying, okay, I see what you're saying.
Like we don't even want to deal with the emotions. It's like this is so new to me because I put my emotional gratification per se in those three things,
right?
And so as long as I got them, I'm good. Mm-hmm. But when they gone, I have no more emotion, which is crazy. I mean, it's like, why don't you just deal with your emotions?
Maybe.
I love Josh. Y'all love Josh speeches for like
because I'm thinking about it's a dichotomous relationship because if I guess the reverse is true for women then, and that's why they attempt suicide. I have my own thing about suicide. Like,
no, it's not something. Look.
It's not.
If you need help, definitely go get help. I'm really just looking at my theory because almost every downfall of a male comes in one of those three things. Mm-hmm. Like if you go back and track, even in biblical times, you go back and look at those three. One of those three things holds true. Yeah. And it could be another one. This is just Kevin's theory.
Yeah.
But you telling your story.
Yeah.
I'm seeing like
because I lost all three. I lost my job. I had women. True.
Yeah.
They weren't really mine per se.
But they fed you though. They fed the ego.
And that fed my ego. And this is my rock bottom I was getting to. Yeah, my rock bottom, I got evicted, because I didn't value my job. Because I was just valuing the dopamine hits, right? So my rock bottom was, now mind you, this is in the wintertime, I got evicted.
Ooh. Boy, it be cold.
Hey, bro. I had a 2012 Malibu. And it was packed with my stuff. One of my good friends, the day I got evicted, I hit him up. I was like, "Hey man, I need some help moving my stuff." And he helped me move or whatever. But we took all the big stuff, the storage or whatever. But clothes, shoes, plates, stuff like that, it was in the car. So for a good 2 weeks, I'm sleeping in the car.
Oh,
I'm like, damn.
Oh, now,
I can
why 2
remember.
weeks? Why 2 weeks?
Pride, okay? Because it's not a situation where, I didn't have family I could go to or, I didn't have friends that I could have called on. It was really pride. I didn't want to admit that I had sunken this low. Like, Josh Rucker, this is where you at in life? This is what you've become? Really? How? Whew. When you ask yourself how, and you got to look yourself in the mirror and you backtrack all your fucked up decisions. You got to look that man in the mirror and be honest.
And that's hard.
And that's hard for a lot of people, man. It was hard for me. But I remember, man, I had like $10 to my name. So I had a decision. Either I was going to get one of these dopamine hits, most likely weed. That's all you're going to get for $10 anyway. Or I was going to put some gas in my car so I could leave it running while I sleep. Because it's 10 degrees outside. It's freaking January. It's December or whatever.
Yeah, guess which one he did. Guess which one Josh did. I'm just dopamine or
dopamine or gas. I chose dopamine. What you mean? I'm in the sunken place. Of course I chose dopamine. Man, yeah, it's cold, but I'm hot and I feel good. It don't bother me. This is the kind of toxic mindset it is.
That's why it's gonna go away though.
Hey, and it does because it was at that point I'm like, when the high wore off, you still left with the same situation, right? Mm-hmm. So now I'm not high in a cold car trying to go to sleep. Bro, this ain't me. It didn't, sometimes, you can be in a situation and it just don't feel right. Like you just, you feel out of place. That's where I was. I'm like, I wasn't created to be in this type of situation. Or this isn't the end of my story.
This is just like maybe the beginning.
It might be the beginning,
of a new story, of a new chapter.
And it definitely was, because at that point.
Now what year was this?
This was 2015 now. 2015, maybe going into 2016.
Oh man, so we had just met.
Yeah, we had just met.
Like a year later.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's why it was the beginning, because I'm like, I got to do something different. I gotta make some changes, like, cause this ain't it. So, all right, Josh. Well, where are you fucking up in your life at? Well, I can't keep a job. Well, why can't you keep a job? Well, I'm prioritizing things above my income. Okay. Well, what are you prioritizing? Sex and drugs. Okay. See, now we're making
choices.
Now we're making intentional choices and decisions, because. And this is the kind of introspection is what it's called. This is the type of introspection that I implemented in my life and my lifestyle for the next 5 years. I was like 24 then. So 23, 24 then. So I started asking myself these questions, like, just getting to know me. And so once I figured out that finances, was one of my issues. Hey, let me figure out how to manage my money then. And that alone. That one decision. Let me figure out how to manage my money. I'm just trying to pay my bills on time. That's my only goal. Let me figure out how to hold down a job and pay my bills on time. That's it. Small victory or small goals.
I don't like see, those small tangible achievable goals that you make pays off. Like people think you gotta make this like big leap.
Big leaps? No.
It's about those small. The compound effect is real, and it works. Man. It works in almost every aspect of life. If you decide not to drink, every day that you go without drinking is compounding and making that bigger moment that you're looking for.
Yep.
I was talking to somebody about this earlier, and I can't remember who I was talking about, but it was about instant gratification and entitlement.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to hear this one.
Yeah. It's just those two things is what. Because I got another theory, and it's between the ages.
You theorize a lot.
Well, because I observe a lot too.
Yeah.
I make observations just based on, like, I would sit back in a room and I would disappear. Like, as much as I talk, I can be quiet just equal or more.
Yeah.
And so because I do that, I feel like that the next generation, where I say we if you've been following, we lost a generation.
Yeah.
I feel like it's because of those two things: instant gratification and entitlement. When you combine them together, you have a person who feels like the world owes them something
right now.
And then when they don't get it, the instant gratification is, what can I do to get the feel good to make me feel like I got it?
Yep.
and it's like, so what else do you have to stand on? Because those two things are very strong.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me, go look in your closet right now and look at all the stuff you bought that you like. When did I buy this?
When did I buy? Right. Why did I buy this?
Why and when? What's the why and when? It's like, hold on, I still got tags on this?
Bruh. Like, bruh, listen. I still got clothes in storage, right? Still got tags on them. I mean,
when it go back to the dopamine, because dopamine is strong.
I promise, man. It can be tracked to just about anything.
Even social media is a part of dopamine. It gives you the quickest hit.
It's so many studies being done on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and as it relates to the effects on the psyche. Oh my God, it's
nothing like it.
It's like social media is the new crack.
And you know what's crazy is I use it a lot, and I use it, and I heard Steve Jobs say this, and these are not exact words. So all my nerds out there, if I don't quote this correctly, do not say he didn't say that, because this is what I got from him. It was major to me when he said he didn't allow his kids to use technology.
And
like
this is Steve Jobs
in his house. He said,
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, he said that's basically.
So
what he
when I
said.
heard that, I was like, hold on,
Yeah.
wait, you create technology only for your kids
Kids
not to use it?
Why? Man, look, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. Y'all can do some research on that.
That's not an exact quote, but it's along the lines of like his technology cannot be used. And then I'm gonna start doing this. Like I'm gonna take. I'm with my son. I'm gonna take like an hour or 2 hours a day where we just read.
Yeah, bro.
Like I read now, but
Yeah,
I want him to build a habit of cutting it off because reading does something to the subconscious mind that's unlike anything. The only equal to it are pictures, and that's a whole different discussion because it works with the right and left brain. But reading has a way to do both, and so I'm really, really, really gonna be intentional about that. Yeah. But we got to finish the story because we out of time almost. So sum it up to now.
Yeah, sum it up. So then I was about 24. 24. Yeah. I decided I had to make a change. First of all, I can't live in my car. I can't go without a job. So what we need to do to get there. So I started doing some research, man. Started networking. I love, I always love people. So started networking, going to different events geared towards financial literacy. Boom. Met you. You was out there at you was in Otter Creek.
It was a What the Wine event. We're gonna start those up again, y'all. Hey, it's gonna be a What the Wine again.
Yeah, man.
And we got the We Hill events coming.
That's why I say y'all have to stay tuned.
Then we got the
you're giving away. You're giving away too much, bro.
All right, I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
So
man.
I want to go into it because I noticed.
Go ahead and tell.
No, I'm not saying nothing. You want to say it?
No,
No.
We'll just let them wonder. It's cool. Y'all just stay tuned. Like
we working, man.
Man, I'm so freaking excited about all the stuff that
we working in the places, and man, I'm happy that we met.
Yeah,
because like my life took a trajectory, and the Book of Kevin is coming next season, probably towards the end.
Yeah,
because in the beginning we do got some work to do and some things we got to get done. But man, the Book of Kevin is like it's one of those. I just
know from the stories that we've shared,
it's one of those books, man.
Book of Kevin, I'm bringing my popcorn. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm bringing my popcorn. That's it.
It's a lot, but it's a lot of good and a lot of people say ballads, and man,
from each negative situation that I've had, I've grown from.
Exactly.
That's it. Like
it's lessons.
It's lessons. That's all it is.
It's lessons. Failures is for you to move forward. It's for progress.
But I met you.
Rest is history. We live in history right now.
That's it, man.
As my guy Cinco would say, it's history in the making.
Yeah.
So, hey, we done for the night. I mean, are you finished? I mean, I want to take your book.
I don't know if give me like 2 seconds. Let me think if it's anything else I wanted to cover.
If you want to listen to the rest of the book, go back because we got 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yeah.
So it's at the end of last season.
Oh, and then I'll say this. Okay. I'll say this because Josh 29 now is not who Josh.
30.
First of all, I'm 29.
You turned 30 this year, right?
No, I'm 29. I'll be 30 January 25th, 2020. Don't try to rush me.
I'm not rushing. I just thought you was 30 years old.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I know. I'm pretty wise for my age, but don't try to.
Is that what you doing it right now?
Just don't give me numbers. Like
I want to just say.
You just giving me days.
You sound like you live a life of a 30-year-old man. Based on the book of Josh.
Look. I've had some experience. Look, don't judge me. I've had some experience. I've had some experiences in my life. But anyway, they've all taught me things, and I have to appreciate the fact that I've been open enough to be receptive
and
of those lessons.
Vulnerability goes a long way. If you want to read a good book about vulnerability, because you're big on books, go get Brene Brown's. What is it called? What's the name of that book?
Daring Greatly.
It's a good book. Like if you're one of those people who be like, I don't want to be vulnerable. You actually kind of probably hurting yourself more than you helping.
Hey, listen, because we only got a couple seconds.
You can close it out.
Yeah, man. Vulnerability. Just on that topic, life is about connections. Connections and experiences. Vulnerability allows you to experience those two things to the fullest
simultaneously too.
Man. It's nothing like it.
Well, we got to be done tonight. I'm not even going to cut you off, but we only got a few seconds left. This has been KD Young.
This is Josh Rucker.
The Wealth Effect. Peace. Love you all.